Hello every pony and welcome to Brony FanFics. Today, you actually join me on a rather special edition of Brony FanFics, because I am going to read Choose Your Own Adventure, Brony Hero of Equestria. After being sucked into the magical land of Equestria, you find yourself as the legendary Brony in this exciting interactive adventure. Will you find the time orb and restore peace to the land? Or will you marry Fluttershy? Or will you defeat the evil demon king Tyrek? Or will you marry Luna? With 21 endings to choose from, only you can decide your fate. So yes, join me in how I hope will be an exciting adventure, as I choose how I would do things. Anyway. It's extremely long, so I'm not sure if I will do multiple chapters of this, but it really depends how long I have, because I don't know how long my family's out, but anyway. So, Choose Your Own Adventure, Brony Hero of Equestria, start. You wake up as the warm rays of Celestia's sun shine through your bedroom window. No, not Celestia's sun. You narrow your eyes in hatred at the pale imitation hanging outside your window, shackled by logic and physics, shaking your fist at it from the comfort of your bed. Yes, this story knows me well. I do this every day. From downstairs you can smell bacon being fried as your mum cooks breakfast. You lick your lips and pull on the pair of boxers that looks least used as you prepare to start the day. You are a Brony, or as you prefer to call yourself, an animated equine enthusiast. Standing in front of the mirror, you flex your toned Brony muscles and admire your physique. Like most Bronies, you are a closet intellectual, spending your time between the appreciation of great works of literature, promoting the ethos of love and tolerance through your myriad charity work, and working a 12-hour shift at McDonald's. Darling, it's time for breakfast. Num-nums. Your mum calls up sweetly. You ignore her, wading through the bin bags that litter the floor of your bedroom and collapse onto your swivel chair. Your computer sits in front of you, that glorious glowing rectangle through which you experience the full richness of life. If only it was real. You murmur sadly as you stroke the Fluttershy hugging pillow that sits propped up by your desk when it's not in use. If only. You look at your computer and then at the pile of empty Mountain Dew bottles that cover the floor. What will you do? Browse the internet for pony? Go to the shops and buy 10 gallons of Mountain Dew? Or seduce the Fluttershy pillow? I guess I don't drink Mountain Dew, and I definitely don't want to seduce a pillow, so I will browse the internet for a pony. Oh, I am liking this. Oh, it doesn't go through every chapter, so this is good, because I was going to say there are 62 chapters. So, hopefully this won't take too long. I'm looking forward to what else this will have. Internet. What a great idea. Why bother dealing with the woes of the outside world when you have everything you could ever need in front of you? You sit down in front of your computer and crack your knuckles, thinking about what you will look at first. Before you stretches the entire wealth, great grammar, of human knowledge and experience, the collected wisdom and art of the ages. Oh, I think maybe you need a comma there? I'm not sure. I never really know with commas. As I know from the previous fanfic that I wrote, do not read it, because apparently I go crazy with the commas. I don't know where to put commas, what can I say? Anyway, enough about me. Haha, ponies! You giggle with glee as you go to your favourite pony image site and start to look at pictures of pastel ponies. I like that one because it is Pinkie Pie kissing Octavia. Okay. You clap your hands together as all stresses are forgotten. This guy's very enthusiastic. I don't usually clap my hands when I see a picture of ponies, but there you go. Maybe people do. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. Suddenly, your computer monitor goes fuzzy and the screen locks. You frown in annoyance as you reach to press Ctrl-Alt-Delete, mashing the keyboard with your fingers. Yes, that's what I do when my computer messes up, I just mash the keyboard. Disaster! Your computer starts to shake violently, the motion sending several Coke cans shuddering off your desk. You scramble backwards, to your horror realizing that you accidentally hit Ctrl-Alt-E. What could that command possibly do? From your monitor erupts a swirling vortex. You turn your head as the light burns into your eyes. Ethereal tendrils of energy unfurling out and grabbing you, sucking you into the hole in reality that has ripped itself open. Everything goes black. Wake up. I do wish to wake up. Seeing as staying asleep would be pointless. Groggily, you shake your head, trying to clear the static. You feel like you've just gone for a ride in a washing machine. Every inch of your body tingles and aches. But there's something else. You can no longer smell the familiar odour of your bedroom. Instead, the air seems to be fresh, purer somehow. You open your eyes and stare straight into that of Princess Celestia. You blurt out nonsensically as you scramble to your feet. Looking about in panic, instead of your familiar room, you are standing in the throne room of Canterlot Castle, surrounded on all sides by shocked-looking ponies. In front of you, in all her majesty, is Princess Celestia herself. It's real! You cry, half weeping as you throw yourself to the floor in the front of the princess. It's all real! Quickly you check your hands to see if you've become a pony, but no such luck. Still, you somehow made it into Equestria. And all your dreams have come true. But how? You finally croak out, patting the cartoon floor in disbelief. How did I get here? Princess Celestia steps forward, her magnificent mane flowing behind her as she smiles gently. Only the bravest and wisest of all bronies may travel to Equestria, using the secret keyboard code Ctrl-Alt-E. The E stands for Equestria. You are the first human to have solved the complex logic puzzles placed across our world in order to find the code and enter our land. You are the Brony hero of Equestria. Just so much wrong already. Ponies knowing about bronies. I will read on. And I just scrolled like a maniac and lost where I was. Logic puzzles. Yes, I did that. You cough, standing to your feet and attempting a heroic pose in order to impress the ponies. Your heart is racing in joy as you think over the possibilities of your new life. I'm going to see Fluttershy and Twilight Sparkle, you squeak out happily, giving a little girly leap in the air. Wait, Celestia raises a hoof. There is something you must know. To return home to Earth, you must use the power of the Time Orb. However, it has been stolen by unknown forces, which I believe to be in the employ of Tyrek, the Demon King. For the sake of all Equestria, you, the chosen hero, must find the Time Orb and rescue it before all of Equestria is destroyed. You listen to Celestia, mouth agape, an important mission for you to carry out, with the fate of the world in the balance. But on the other hand, you could go see Fluttershy. Explore the castle to look for clues, leave the castle to explore Equestria and find Fluttershy, or seduce Princess Celestia. No, I don't want to seduce Princess Celestia. She's a freaking goddess. God damn it. Leave the castle and explore to explore Equestria and find Fluttershy. Tempting. Or explore the castle and look for clues. What would I do? Well, Princess Celestia has given me a mission, and mission takes priority of everything. So, explore the castle to look for clues. I'm sorry, but it's like I did in Mass Effect 3. The mission takes hold of, takes priority. So, it comes first. Canterlot Castle, the very name sends shivers down your spine. Shivers of awesome? You wander down the legendary halls, taking in the air of history and nobility that permeates. Ornate staircases wind up and down, the corridors are a maze. But thankfully there is a good signposting throughout. Surely within these hollowed halls you will find some clues as to the location of the Time Orb, and fulfill your important mission. What will you do? Search Luna's bedroom for clues? Investigate the Time Orb chamber? Find the elements of harmony and unleash their power? Grab a coffee and a donut. Return to Celestia and talk further, or leave the castle to explore Equestria. Well, searching Luna's room would probably prove useless, because I don't think Luna would have any clues. Investigate a time warp chamber sounds good. Find the elements of harmony and unleash their power. No, because I don't even know how I do that. I am a hero of Equestria, but, you know, I can't wield the elements of harmony. Grab a coffee and donut. I don't like coffee, but I do like donuts, but I'll have to wait. I don't feel the need to talk to Celestia further, and I did not feel the need to leave the castle to explore Equestria, even though I really would like to. But I must investigate the Time Orb Chamber, because that makes the most sense in the current situation. I'm sorry if I'm boring you with explaining everything, but it's just how I do things. I'm letting you know how I'm, my thought processes as I'm going along. You decide that the best way finding out where the Time Orb is now to look for clues in the location where it used to be. A guard marches you into the Time Orb Chamber. It is a large circular room, lushly carpeted, though now covered in warning tape to secure the crime scene. At the centre of the room is a stone pillar upon which must once have sat the Time Orb. It is now empty. Damn, you think to yourself. That would have been easy if it was still there. With that hope dashed, you mooch about looking for clues. You're not sure exactly what you're supposed to be looking for, though, and end up skipping over the warning tape, shouting, "Wee! Wee! What? Excuse me, I'm trying to work." You stop mid-jump in surprise, before crashing down into a heap as gravity reasserts its dominance. Standing before you is none other than Dr. Hooves, the famous time-travelling pony. And he doesn't look particularly happy. I'm here to investigate the disappearance of the Time Orb, on the orders of the princess, who has puffed out his chest with self-importance. So if you'll just let me get on with it... What? You clamber to your feet in outrage. But the princess told me to investigate. I'm the Brony hero. Hoof scowls. Well, I'm busy here. You go investigate somewhere else. He waves his hoof at you, dismissively. Over his back you spy his TARDIS, the door invitingly open. Smile politely and go back to exploring the castle, or race into his TARDIS, giggling gleefully. Well, I don't know how to use a TARDIS, so I'm going to go back to exploring the castle. Okay, back to the previous chapter. Okay, I guess we'll search Luna's room, I guess, since it does say search for clues. And you never know. Luna, she might have some clues. You decide that there is only one logical course of action. Search Princess Luna's room. After talking to several guards, you finally find your way to her room and inspect the locked door. Studying the lock, you think back to all the films where you've seen on television and decided to use your lock-picking skills. After several kicks, the door breaks down and you're in. You breathe in the air in triumph as you flop on her bed. Luna's... What? Why am I doing this? Where Luna sleeps. Squee! You shout as you giggle and mess up the sheets. I'm in Luna's bed. Remembering why you are here, you start to look for clues where the thingy you're looking for. Yeah, the Time Orb, that's it. That's why you're here. The first place you choose to search in Luna's drawers. There's bound to be a clue in there. As you rifle through her possessions, you burst with pride at how brave and noble you are being. What are you doing here? You freeze in terror. Underwear on your head. What? Why am I... Oh my god. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all, but I don't know. What are you doing here? You freeze in terror, underwear on your head, as you turn to see Luna standing in the doorway behind you. Explain to Luna that you are actually searching for the Time Orb. Complain to Luna that you liked her in Season 1 better, or seduce Luna. No, I do not want to I'm not going to seduce any pony, okay? Not, like, it's just... No, that's not important to me right now. What's important is finding this Time Orb. And maybe meeting the main six later. Explain to Luna that you are actually searching for the Time Orb. What am I doing here? What are you doing here? You turn, placing your hands on your hips confidently. You do realise that I am the Brony hero of Equestria, right? I can go where I please in my search for the Time Orb. Oh, I see. Luna is taken aback slightly, staring at you in confusion. Carry on then? She watches you, unsurely. Not wanting to break the illusion that you'd been carrying out official work, you carry on rifling through her drawers in front of her. Woo! You shout as you pull out a frilly saddle, placing it on your back. Woo! What? Woo! I'm a pony princess. No! I don't do this. I look with diligence and scrutiny. Luna narrows her eyes. And how, pray tell, is this helping you find the time orb? Luna, you shake your head, trying on a tiara as you do so. My investigative powers are beyond reproach. This is why you, ponies, haven't been able to find the time orb yet. This may look like a creepy person going through your possessions, but actually this is a high-level detective work. I see. Luna looks suspicious as you continue to cavort around her room. You seem to have got away with it, though. Leave to explore the rest of the castle, complain to Luna that you liked her in Season 1 better, or seduce Luna. I guess I will go back to the rest of the castle. I wish I hadn't gone in her room now, because that was an atrocious chapter. But there you go. And we're back here. Find the elements of harmony and unleash their power, grab a coffee and a donut, return Celestian to talk further, or leave the castle to explore Equestria. You know what? The donut guy, what's his name? Pony Joe. He might have something for me. Let's go grab a coffee and a donut, for goodness sake. A coffee and donut seems to be the best plan of action. You can't save the world on an empty stomach, after all. After wandering aimlessly around the castle, you finally make your way outside, and to Pony Joe's legendary donut cafe. One of your finest donuts, Pony Joe, or Donut Joe, or whatever your name is. You slam your fist on the counter as the large unicorn in a chef's apron. For the Brony hero, it's on the house. Pony Joe brings you a coffee and a donut, and you scarf it down in the most heroic manner possible, pausing only to wipe your mouth on your hands and then smear your hands over the stool next to yours. Thanks, Pony Joe. You reply as you lick the sugar off your lips. It's good to know that some ponies recognise what a true hero I am. Oh, I do. Pony Joe leans across the counter, winking. I do. You feel a bit like your personal space is being invaded. Leave to explore the castle or seduce Pony Joe. No! This is ridiculous. I'm starting to think maybe this wasn't a good idea, but I guess I will leave the castle to explore Equestria, since unleashing the power of the elements of harmony seems absurd, and I know return to Celestia and talk further would just take me back a chapter, so fine, we will leave the castle and explore Equestria. Jesus. Equestria! Before you stretches the promised land. Cartoon birds fly in the sky above your head, and you can see the odd Pegasus bobbing and diving amongst the clouds. In the distance you see Ponyville, peaceful and serene, the location of all your favourite animated pony friends. To the east of Ponyville is the mysterious Everfree forest. Perhaps you will find the answers you seek in the dangerous and forbidding place. At the edge of the horizon you see the dark spires of Midnight Castle, where the fiend Tyrek lives. Perhaps you should confront him and save Equestria. Where will you go? Ponyville, the Everfree Forest, Canterlot Castle, or Midnight Castle? Well, I could go to Ponyville. I'm not going to go in the Everfree Forest because that's dangerous. I don't want to go back to Canterlot Castle because I've done everything there. Midnight Castle, I don't want to go there because I'm severely unequipped, and yeah, I just feel like that would be a bad decision because I'd be putting myself in very mortal danger, so Ponyville it is. Chapter 34. Goodness. You stand in the middle of Ponyville, the most sleepy, idyllic village you've ever seen. All around you, ponies are laughing and chatting and going about their everyday lives. You fight the urge to race about gleefully and hug every pony you see. No, you have a mission. There are many options in Ponyville, many ponies you can visit. You start to salivate at the choices, drawing a bit of attention from some ponies lounging near the fountain. You can see the town hall, bringing with ponies who are obviously attending some event. There's Twilight's Library, Sugar Cube Corner, goodness. Where will you go? The Town Hall, Twilight's Library, Fluttershy's Cottage, Sweet Apple Acres, Carousel Boutique, Sugar Cube Corner, or go and explore the rest of Equestria? Shall I go to Town Hall? There are official things there, and I could ask if I could maybe get armor and weapons. I don't know. Twilight's Library. I don't really see why I would want to. Suppose maybe there could be a book there I could read that could help me. Fluttershy's Cottage. The only reason I'd want to go there is to meet Fluttershy. And maybe pet some other animals. I don't know. Three Apple Acres. I have no reason to go there unless the apples have life-healing abilities that would help me in my journey. Carousel Boutique. Would Rarity do armor? No. Unless I want to go looking fashionable, which I don't really care about. I don't see any reason to go to Carousel Boutique. Or Sugar Cube Corner. Unless Pinky decides to come with me and use her physics-defying, fourth-wall-breaking abilities, I doubt I have any need to go to Sugar Cube Corner unless she can make me like some healing cupcake or something. This is a pickle. I'll go into Town Hall and see if any pony there can help me. Entering the Town Hall, you are instantly met with a room packed full of ponies, all turning to stare at you. As one, they give a cheer and streamers tumble from the ceiling. You notice that above the stage is a huge banner that reads, "Welcome, Brony, hero of Equestria." Thank you, thank you. You give a regal wave and push through the crowd of adoring ponies towards the stage, on which is fixed a microphone waiting for you. Wait, what? I didn't sign up for this. Microphone waiting for you. Obviously your fame has already spread throughout the land. Brony Hero, we are honoured to have you with us today. The mayor stands on the stage, welcoming you to Ponyville. You flush with pride at the lavish celebration that is being laid out. From all around, the attending ponies start to uncover balloons and cake and all sorts of delicious food. We hope this small token of our gratitude will be acceptable. Do you wish to start the feast or address the audience? You clamber onto the stage, staring out across the sea of faces. There is a huge banquet table at the far end, which is growing in size, as more and more mouth-watering treats are placed on it. Clearing your throat, you grip the microphone. Yes, I am pretty awesome, you tell the crowd, who erupt in applause. In the background, you notice the smiling face of none other than DJ Pone3 herself, Vinyl Scratch. An idea races through your mind. Perhaps you can use this opportunity to demonstrate your musical talents and make her fall in love with you. Or perhaps you could just begin the feast. I could sing the song of my people, tuck into the feast, claim you are Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage, or go back outside. Well, I don't want to sing the song of my people because I'm bad at singing. You know this. Those who've listened to my Crushes Equestria know I'm bad at singing. Do I want to tuck into the feast? I just had a donut and I don't really know. They wouldn't really have anything I'd like. It'd all be like salad and stuff. And yeah, there'd be cake and that, but I'm not really feeling like that just now. I'm on a mission. And no, I do not want to claim that I am Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage. So, the only option is to go back outside. I suppose that could have just been a test to see, if they know of my presence. Where to now? I guess Twilight's Library. We'll see if there's a book there that can help me. You push open the door to the library hesitantly, peering inside. Twilight? You call as you look around the dusty interior shelves piled high with books. Twilight Sparkle, it's me, the Brony Hero, here to see you. Oh, Princess Celestia said you might be coming. A familiar purple head pops up from underneath a pile of paperwork and Twilight Sparkle bounds towards you, welcoming you in. I can't believe it, you're a real-life human. I've always wanted to meet a real-life human. I've got so many questions. You look down at Twilight with a smile. She's so eager that as she scurries around you, pulling out books she thinks you might be interested in, and asking all sorts of questions about humans. What do you eat? Where do you sleep? Do you really have only one stomach? You shake your head softly at all the questions as you sit down on a sofa and let Twilight pass through you lots of books on various subjects. She scoots up on the sofa with you, peering at her pile of books. I thought we could maybe talk about the books, she says sweetly, fluttering her eyelashes. Seduce Twilight Sparkle by showing off your literary knowledge. Tell Twilight about your quest for the Time Orb, or leave it and explore the rest of Equestria. Well, I don't want to seduce Twilight, because I'm not going to seduce any pony, that's not why I'm here. I'm going to tell Twilight about my quest for the Time Orb, because she needs to help me. And by damn if she doesn't, I'll be so annoyed. Actually, Twilight, I have more pressing matters to discuss than talk about books. You stand up to stride around the library. For you see, Twilight, Equestria is in terrible danger, and only I can save it. The Time Orb has gone missing, the magical orb of time that sits in the centre of Cancelot. Princess Celestia has entrusted this dangerous task to me and me alone. So you see, Twilight, my time is precious. To demonstrate this, you flip over the nearest table, sending a pile of carefully stacked books over the floor. Oh, Twilight's mouth gaped open. But I'm this princess's star pupil. Surely she would have asked me to help her. You shake your head at Twilight's innocent naivety. No, Twilight, for the princess has realised that this mission requires brains, charms, and charisma. Something only I, the Brony hero, have. I believe me, I wouldn't be so full of myself. This is just written objectively, shall we say. Or at least comically. Comically is probably a better way to put it. I see. Twilight sank onto her haunches, looking downcast. It's just I have this time sphere here, and I thought maybe from behind the sofa she pulls out a glowing ball of energy and places it down with a sigh. Oh well, time what? You stare at the object on the sofa that is shaking with unrestrained power. Twilight, that is the Time Orb. You pick it up carefully, marvelling in its beauty. Where did you find it? Twilight shrugs. Oh, it ripped itself through time and space and landed in the library the other day. But it's not a Time Orb, it's a Time Sphere. You hug the Time Sphere to your chest as if a small child. A sphere is an orb, Twilight. This is it. This is my mission complete. Well, I don't know, Time Sphere isn't a time... Well, it's called the Time Sphere, but it's not called the Time Orb, so... If I return it to Celestia, would that end it? I'll return it to Celestia and see what happens. Because I don't think it's the Time Orb, I think it's the Time Sphere. This is my destiny, Twilight. You hold the sphere over your head as you make your way to the door. I must go to Cancelot immediately and give this back to the princess. You run out of the library, the precious cargo of the Time Sphere tucked under your arm, as Twilight eagerly runs after you, panting and out of breath. You almost collapse, but Twilight picks you up. Come on, she cries. We've only got 3 meters. Hop on my back. You agree to this and leap onto Twilight's back. She's a small stubby pony, and you are pretty heavy, so she sinks to the ground with a grunt, struggling to stand. Hi-ho, Twilight! You cry, tugging her on her mane as she slowly starts to trot in the direction of Cancelot. After a long and slow journey, you finally arrive at Cancelot Castle. We've made it! Twilight croaks, finally collapsing to the flagstones. You give a cry of surprise as your ride falls. You bump your behind. Careful, Twilight! You touch grouchily as you are forced to stand up, cradling the Time Sphere carefully. We're not even at the throne room yet. Stop being lazy. Twilight is passed out, though. Despite many carefully administered kicks, she doesn't seem to want to get up. You leave Twilight to recuperate on the floor and storm your way to Celestia. Princess, you cry in triumph. You burst into the throne room. I hold the Time Sphere aloft. Fret no longer, for I bring you the Time Orb. Celestia takes one look at the object in your hand and frowns. This is not a Time Orb, she snaps. That's a Time Sphere. Any pony can see that. Your face falls, and you drop the Time Sphere onto the ground in shame. Oh. Explore the castle to look for clues. Leave the castle and explore Equestria, or seduce Princess Celestia. I'll leave the castle and explore Equestria, I guess. And that takes us back to chapter 9. I guess we'll go back to Ponyville. I knew it wasn't a freaking Time Orb. God damn it. Right, well, there's no point going back to Twilight's library. Let's go to Sugar Cube Corner. Maybe Pinky has something for us. As you enter Sugar Cube Corner, you are immediately assailed from all sides by the most delicious aromas. Cakes of all shapes and sizes are spread out on the shop's counter, covered in tempting cream and chocolate marzipan. As you are the Brony hero, you take a chocolate eclair and munch on it thoughtfully as you bang your fist on the counter, shouting for attention. Finally, a head pops up around the kitchen door. Your heart sinks. It's not Pinkie Pie, but Mrs. Cake. Oh, hi. Didn't Mrs. Cake have like a Canadian thing going on? I'm not sure. I can't be bothered to do a voice for her. This story isn't serious enough to call for it. Oh, hi, Brony hero. She smiles happily as she wanders into the main section of the shop. What can we do for you here at our humble cake store? Ugh. You feel slightly queasy, look around, look at the rotund Mrs. Cake welling towards you. I was actually hoping to see Pinkie Pie. You place your hand over your eyes so you can avoid staring at her. Oh, Pinkie's around somewhere. Mrs. Cake peers about the room as if Pinkie might spring out of nowhere, which she might. Pinkie, she trills out loud. Pinkie, there's a visitor for you. There's no response. You stand uncomfortably in front of Mrs. Cake as you wait for the pink bundle of fun that never arrives. Oh, Mrs. Cake frowned. She should be here. Do you want to look for her? You take a fistful of cake from a nearby sponge and push it into your mouth as you consider your options. Yeah, we might as well search for Pinkie Pie. She might have some epic weapon that she pulls out of nowhere. Taking matters into your own hands, as well as a large cream bun, you decide to search for Pinkie Pie. Let's get this party started, you shout as you push past Mrs. Cake and into the rest of Sugar Cube Corner. Past the main shop stretches the rest of the house. It's pretty large, with a large kitchen and sitting room, and myriad other rooms that seem to randomly branch off from each other. Realizing the best way to search is in a methodical manner, you endeavour to start in the basement and work your way up room by room. The stairs to the basement creak heavily as you walk down. You scramble for a light switch or lantern, but there is nothing to hand. Hello? You call out into the darkness. As you move further downward, your eyes slowly adjust to the gloom, picking out a table with various indistinguishable objects on it. Hello? Pinkie? Your voice wavers slightly as you uncertainly move forward, testing the floor with each footstep in case you should trip and fall. A ragged laugh cuts through the air, and a pair of bright blue eyes pop open in the pitch black. Hello, Brony hero. I've got a surprise for you. It's unmistakably Pinkie's voice, but standing in the black with her, it doesn't feel like a fun voice. There is another peal of laughter as she suddenly lunges towards you. And that surprise is death! Try to fight Pinkie off or accept your fate. I guess I'll try to fight her off. This is probably going to end badly. Die, Pinkie, die! As the pink pony launches towards you, you grab her forward, swing her around to smack her against the nearest wall. Before she can regain her balance, you stumble around in the darkness and pick the table up, hurling it in the direction you threw her in. It is impossible to see properly in the darkness, but you can hear Pinkie cry out. Now your reign of evil is over, Pinkamena! You shout as you kick her fallen form. The lights flick on and Mrs. Cake races down the stairs. What's going on? She cries in alarm as the sight of you repeatedly kicking Pinkie Pie. Blinking from the sun onrush of light, you look down. Pinkie's on the floor before you, covered in desserts which had been tipped off the table that you threw. She picks her head up dizzily, tears welling up in the corner of her eyes. I was going to throw the Brony hero a surprise party with my death by chocolate cake, and he attacked me. Oh, it was a cake. You roll your eyes in amusement. Oh, Pinkie, you're so silly. I thought you were going to murder me. Pinkie doesn't seem to find this funny, though, and stays curled on the ground, sobbing. Why would you think something so ridiculous? Mrs. Cake turns on you angrily as she hugs Pinkie. You shrug. Oh, I just write a lot of stories where Pinkie is a crazy murderer. Pinkie starts to cry harder as you continue. I mean, I know she's not, but it's still good, harmless fun. Mrs. Cake shakes her head as you watch Pinkie cry amidst a pile of fallen desserts. You make your apologies and leave quickly leave. Boy, that was awkward. I don't know. This is like, it's really quite silly. You know, it's not how I would act. But I suppose there's no way the writer would know how I would act. Or, well, it's really a subjective or objective. It's. I don't think this is meant to be taken seriously. I don't know why I am. So, I don't know. Do I really want to go anywhere else? I don't really want to go to Carousel Boutique. I don't want to talk to Rarity. Rarity's a bit of a bitch, if I'm honest. Sweet Apple Acres, I don't want to talk to Applejack, because it's not that I don't like Applejack, it's just, I think I will go to Fluttershy before I go on this adventure, because I like Fluttershy. Fluttershy's cottage is abuzz with the sound of wildlife. You resist the urge to skip straight to the front door, instead sauntering slowly and coolly towards the house of your favourite pony Fluttershy. Fluttershy, you cry out, picking a rose from her garden to give to her. Okay, you only have one option here, and that's seduce Fluttershy. And no, I'm just going to go back because no. There needs to be more options there. I just wanted to talk to her. I don't want to seduce her, God's sake. Go and explore the rest of Equestria. Let's just do this bloody thing. Midnight Castle. Let's go. Midnight Castle. The very sight of this terrifying edifice sends a shiver down your spine. It has taken a full day of trekking to reach this foreboding place, but you are determined to defeat the evil Tyrek and return peace to Equestria. Striding confidently forwards, you hammer on the massive iron doors. Oi, Tyrek! You shout, trying to peep through the letterbox. Let me in, you arsehole! I'm here to defeat you! Slowly, the massive doors creak open and a towering centaur demon strides out. You have to crane your neck up to look at him. He's approximately 30 feet tall, with glowing red eyes and carrying a wicked pitchfork. Who dares disturb my rest? He roars out, waving his weapon menacingly. You steel yourself. It is I, the Brony hero of Equestria, you shout back. I have come to rescue the Time Orb and defeat your evil. Puny creature, Tyrek snarls, sneering down at you as he snorts out a puff of acrid smoke from his flared nostrils. I know not of what you speak. Now run before I crush you like the ant you are. His cloven hooves stomp the ground menacingly. I can either run, or Celestia run away and start explorations again. Battle Tyrek one-on-one in no-holds-barred bare fist fight contest. Or battle Tyrek one-on-one using your expert brony skills. I will do that. I will do that indeed. I will challenge you, Tyrek, you cry, but to a battle of my own choice. Tyrek is silent for a moment, but then nods. Agreed, he booms. This amuses me. What form will this battle take? You realise that being a Demon King, Tyrek is probably more powerful than you and will easily beat you in a physical battle. However, you are an expert brony from Earth, and as such have hundreds of highly honed skills that would never have been dreamed of. You rack your brains quickly. A fanfiction writing contest? You dismiss the notion. Tyrek might also have an expert knowledge of pony shipping pairs. Perhaps you could see who is the best at internet trolling. You shake your head. Tyrek was so evil, probably had an army of lolcat images ready for deployment at any moment's notice. You snap your fingers as the answer comes to mind. I challenge you, you cry, to a Dance Dance Revolution battle. Tyrek snarls. As you wish, pitiful mortal, he roars. But we will not use the groove radar. Tyrek shows you into his house, making sure you wipe your feet as you enter. Luckily, Tyrek has a rather large selection of PlayStation games, and while you set up the DDR mats, Tyrek the Demon King makes some orange squash in the kitchen. What? Don't put too much water in mine, you shout as you power up the PlayStation. I like mine strong. As Tyrek enters, you swig your glass of orange concentration in one gulp, keeping a steely face as the painfully powerful liquid swirls into your stomach. Tyrek is obviously impressed at how hardcore you are. With a smirk, you notice that his own glass of orange squash is especially weak. Ladies first, you sneer as you beckon him towards the dance pad. Tirek throws a look of utter malice in your direction as he quickly slips down his squash and sips down his squash and takes to the mat. Puny mortal, he booms, his gigantic centaur feet firmly on each corner on his specially oversized dance mat. You can never defeat me. His expression changes the moment you start the song. No, he cries as a fast-paced musical beat fills the air. Not drop the bomb! The fast-paced dulcet of notes of your tune of choice fills the air, and the screen becomes a maze of arrows, scrolling faster and faster past Tirek's eyes. The Demon King summons all his unholy powers in an attempt to dance to the beat, but he is just too slow and collapses in a tangle of limbs. My turn, I think, you cry, leaping to the dance mat and instantly using your masterful skills in the ancient art of DDR to perfectly match every arrow. Your feet a wild blur. Tirek looks upon your majesty with unbridled awe, unable to look away. Those combos, he gasps as you start to wave your arms about in the air with wild abandon. It's impossible! As the song finished, you twirl around, your feet hitting the arrows in perfect timing. As a AAA rating floats up on the screen behind you, you bow to the shocked Tirek and step forward in triumph. Do you yield, Tirek? No, no! Tirek steps back, waving his hands in shock. I am the Demon King. I am undefeatable. What about something else? ABBA SingStar? League of Legends? I'll even let you be Shaco. No dice, Tirek. You kick over his coffee table to show your dominance, sending a stack of rustic drink coasters flying. I win, you lose. Now hand me the time orb. Tirek sighs glumly, sinking to his demonic haunches. Fine, he mutters. I yield to your superior powers, but I don't have any time orb. Not believing the evil creature, you rampage around his castle, searching in every nook and cranny. Amongst other things, you find a stack of manga, a multi-pack of Doritos, and a box of Transformers. No sign of any time orb, though. Fine, I believe you, Tirek. You announce as you return to his sitting room. So I'm taking these Doritos instead. You rip open the packet with your mighty Brony muzzles to start victoriously shovel delicious cheesy tortilla chunks into your mouth. Tirek looks sad. That was going to be my dinner, he mows softly. Do I explore Equestria some more, or seduce Tirek? Well, I will explore Equestria some more. So if the time orb isn't there, then where is it? Goodness, this is a conundrum. I could... Do I go into the Everfree Forest? I guess I'll go in... I'll go to Canterlot. Maybe return to Celestia and talk to further. It does actually do something. Princess Celestia, we need to talk. You run back into the throne room, disturbing a meeting that is taking place. You know that, as Brony Hero, you are far more important than whatever boring ponies are meeting the princess. Very well, since Princess Celestia stands before her throne, waving a hoof at the ponies who were petitioning her. Leave me, Society of Orphaned Ponies. There will be another chance to request funding this time next year. I hope we will be able to complete our business then. Celestia settles her haunches upon her throne and smiles at you. Well, Brony Hero, what have you to report? You look grim. Nothing, Princess. I'm really stuck and I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I'm just wandering about aimlessly. Tell me more about the time orb. The princess looks thoughtful for a moment. Brony Hero, the time orb is one of the most precious artifacts in all of Equestria. Its power is mysterious, its origin unknown. If it has fallen into the wrong hooves, then the consequences could be disastrous. If it was guarded in this very castle until some pony or something stole it. All I know is that the thief must have had powerful abilities indeed. Right, you ponder this in your mind. So it's an orb then, like a ball? Yes, Celestia stammers. The clue's in the name. Okay, you start to wander towards the exit. I think I know what I'm doing now, Princess. Thanks for the tip. Brony Hero, Celestia calls out after you. You must find the time Time Orb are all doomed. Do I explore the castle to look for clues, leave the castle to explore Equestria, or seduce Princess Celestia? No. Well, I guess I'll have a look at the Elements of Harmony, but I don't know if I want to unleash their power. I've pretty much done everything else, so yeah, let's go to the Elements of Harmony. Jeez. You decide the only way to find the Time Orb is to unleash the Elements of Harmony. Also, you really want to wear that cute tiara. You enter the large hall in which the elements are kept, feeling like a conquering hero. All around you are stained glass windows that show various epic events in Equestria's history. Towards the end of the hall, one window has been left blank, with a sign saying "Reserved for Brony Hero." You grin widely. Soon you will be immortalized as the greatest Brony in history. You approach the massive door to the vault in which the elements are kept. Taking a deep breath, you push the door open. Nothing happens. You swear under your breath, suddenly remembering that in the cartoon Celestia unlocked it with her horn. You peer in the hole of the door, squinting into it as you think of your options. As the Brony hero, surely you should be able to unlock the door and using your innate powers. Or maybe you should just give up on this course of action and explore somewhere else. Stick your finger in the hole and wiggle it about. It's a bit like a horn, or leave. Oh, I'll leave. Jesus. Fine, let's leave the castle to explore Equestria. I guess the only place to go is the Everfree Forest, which I really don't want to do. The journey to the Everfree Forest is long, but soon cartoon fields give way to the dark, forbidding foliage of the forest. Strange cries can be heard from above, though as hard as you look, you can't pinpoint their origin. You feel a smile break across your face as you wander amongst the trees, taking care not to step in any poison joke plant. Normally you hate going for walks, and you once signed a petition to have a nearby forest cut down and replaced by a skate park. But there's nothing about the magical land of Equestria where even a humble forest becomes a wonderful place to be. You forget all your troubles, humming happily to yourself as you saunter deeper into the dark recesses. In fact, you are so happy that you almost miss the gigantic roaring manticore that leaps into your path, gnashing its teeth and lashing its poison-tipped tail with ferocious gusto. I can run like a little baby, or do what Fluttershy did in that one episode and cuddle it. Well, I would usually take Fluttershy approach. But I feel I have no chance in hell of running away, since I am not the fittest person, and the manticore has 4 legs and can fly, so I'm gonna take my chances and cuddle it. You square up to the manticore, remembering how in Season 1, Episode 2 of My Little Pony, Fluttershy faced a similarly frightening beast with love and friendship. As the fearsome beast rears its hind legs to attack, you move forward and placing a hand on its exposed furry belly, stroking it. Hush now, quiet now, you start to sing, channeling your hero Fluttershy. The manticore pauses, its claws frozen in mid-swipe as it stares at you. Who's a lovely manticore? You coo out, ruffling its fur. Who's a lovely boy? What do you say, eh? What do you say? The manticore responds by plunging the sting on its tail right into your heart and pumping you full of venom. As you fall to the ground, frothing at the mouth in agony and doing your best Steve Irwin impression, you hear a shout as everything goes blank. Wake up, mister! Your eyes flicker open as a pony pushes something into your mouth. You choke out a strange woody texture, sitting up quickly. You are no longer in the forest, but in a small tent, lying on a threadbare mattress. You spit chunks of wood out of your mouth, looking at them in confusion. Eat it, it'll make you feel better. As the fog lifts from your mind, you see a familiar-looking blue pony sitting beside you, eyes full of concern. She passes something spherical and wooden. You look down at it. It's a pine cone. Trixie? You grasp. You say it to me. Trixie looks away sadly. Yes, I was once the great and powerful Trixie. Now Trixie lives in the Everfree Forest in shame. It is, she sniffles, good that someone remembers me. You clap a hand onto your chest. Where the manticore stung you, there is a collection of leaves stuck over it. held down with tree sap. You smile at Trixie, thankfully eat the pine cone whole. It is hard and spiky and sticks in your throat as you choke it down. You realise there would be worse coming out on the other side, but Trixie's smile more than makes up for it. Trixie is even more beautiful than you remember from the television show. Despite her bedraggled appearance, you reach forward to pick some brambles from her mane. Thanks, Trixie smiles back. Trixie is glad she saved the strange ape creature. Leave Trixie and explore Equestria? Marry Trixie and live with her forever? Or help Trixie overthrow Celestia as rightful queen of Equestria? No! I will leave Trixie and explore Equestria. Right, well I have no idea what else to do now. I really don't know. I guess I'll go back to Ponyville and talk to the others. Jesus. Or maybe not. Well, I don't know what to do, and quite frankly, I've had enough of this fanfiction. I guess you just go through it yourself if you want, but I've had enough of this, to be quite honest with you. I've pretty much done everything, and I don't really know what to do. So, yeah, this is really for people who just, you know, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for listening. Keep on spreading the magic of friendship, and I'll see you next time.